Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie. I'm a 33-year-old zero-based cashless budgeter and stuffer. And we're here today to budget out my paycheck for the first week of February. Today is February 1st for me. Happy February. Hope your January was well, and I hope that you're good, and I hope that your February is even better. But let's just go ahead and get started. So from Amazon this week, we had $197.74. I dropped a shift and I called off for a shift, so not as much pay as I would like, but still a decent amount, more than we had last week. And then we have $16 from the Savings Challenge Saturday reallocation, and that gives us a total of $213.74 for the week. So we're going to put that 74 cents straight into Roundup, and then let's go ahead and work with that $213 that we have. So we'll start with my variable expenses. That's not my variable expenses. We'll start with my variable expenses. So buffer, we're going to skip. We always skip buffer. Just sits there, covers my transactions. Crochet by Jamie currently has $10, $20, $40, $30, $41. I have done some spending on my Discover card that I will need to pay back, and my Etsy fees for the month came out. So I'm not going to have enough money this week to pay for it, but that payment isn't due until the 17th, so we do still have a couple of weeks. So let's just do $10 in there for now. Gas currently has $20, $40, $50, $62, $3, $4, $64. I did not drive very much this past week because of the storm. And I'm still not planning on door dashing anytime soon, to be honest. I might need to go to Ohio this week for work. Let's just do the 30 that we've been doing. We'll see what happens there. All right, groceries currently has $10, $12, $13, $14, which is not very much. And I did do some grocery shopping, so we definitely need to pump this up a bit. So let's do $35 in groceries for the week. Prescriptions will get its normal $5. And spending, we have $5, $7, $9. So let's do $10 in spending for this week. So let me grab my calculator. So in my variable expenses for the week, we have $90. All right. So let's move on to my high priority binder. Apologies if Blair knocks over or shakes the tripod. She'd be crazy. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Blair. So in car costs, we currently have $160. I've been doing $5 for the past couple of weeks. Let's just stick with $5. My oil change isn't due for a bit still, and I have not been driving a ton, just to Amazon and to my big girl job, and a couple of errands here and there. So I'm not putting too much wear and tear on the car right now. Debt payoff currently has $150. I did have to pay off my debt to Factor. So we're going to do $56 in here to avoid an IOU. Festivals currently has $16.25. I did have to pull some money out of here, so we're just going to put $20 in to help pump that back up again. Gifts currently has $47. So let's do 3 to bring that back to a nice number. Taxes we're going to skip. My Amazon Pay is taxed, and Savings Challenge Saturday is just a reallocation of money that we already paid taxes on, so we're good to go there. And then wedding, which is for my sister's wedding, my bridesmaid's duties, currently has 20. So let's put 5 in here this week because we don't have a ton of money, unfortunately.
Okay,
So that's $89 in high priority, which is weird. That's almost the exact same as my variable. Okay, so let's go into my low priority binder. We're not going to do anything crazy in here. We normally don't. But we're going to do $1 for body mods. Electronics I did have to spend out of, so we're going to do $4 to avoid an IOU. Fitness will get $1. Hair will get $1. Shindigs I did some spending on, but we're just going to put $1 in, and that will still help us avoid the IOU. And then travel will give $5. So that is $13 in my low priority binder. And finally, my long-term savings. We don't have a lot of money left over to put into here. So we're just gonna do what we can. So cats will get $1. Home is actually gonna have an IOU, and I couldn't find any way to avoid it. So we're just gonna put $2 in to try to knock off as much of that as possible. Medical will get $1. Month ahead, I did have to pull money out of, so we're gonna give that $5 to start building that back up again. Roundup is just gonna get that 74 cents. And Savings Challenge Saturday, we should have $12 left over for Savings Challenge Saturday. So that is $21 into my long-term savings. So let's just add this up real quick, make sure that this equals 213, and it does. Beautiful. So the last thing that we need to do is do the cash breakdown so that I know what bills I need to pull whenever I do my stuffing. So Crochet by Jamie will get a 10, gas a 20 and a 10, groceries a 20, a 10, and a 5, prescriptions a 5, spending a 10, car costs a 5, debt payoff a 50, a 5, and a 1, fests a 20, gifts a 2 and a 1, wedding a 5, body mods a 1, electronics 2 2s, fitness a 1, hair 1, shindigs 1, travel a 5, cats a 1, home a 2, medical a 1, month ahead a 5, and then Savings Challenge Saturday will get 12 ones. So that's 150, or yeah, okay, yeah, 150, 3 20s, 4 10s, 7 5s, 4 2s, 21s. 2. It's 50. That's 60. That's 40. That's 35. That's 8. And that's 20. So let's add this up and make sure that that also equals 213. And it does. Beautiful. Made it through without any mistakes. Always very exciting to see. But that is going to be it for this video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite thing that you did in January was, or something that you want to do in February. And I will see you on Wednesday for my cash stuffing.